Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Surrender Lab. It's our insight night, Monday night. And tonight we're just going to find the place between our thoughts. So, and if you haven't been here before, and if you're new to meditating, then we'll just say a few things to make it more enjoyable and more effective and efficient. There's a few main pieces that we have found to help in the process of learning to heal ourselves, becoming our own therapists. We call Surrender Lab Beyond Therapy because we feel like it takes us to the place where real therapy can happen on the inside of us. And so by going inside of ourselves, it's easiest if we focus on three main things. That is awareness inside. So try to keep your awareness on the inside the whole entire time tonight. Just let these vibrations that we play for you just go down and try to find out where you feel all of it on the inside. The other thing is relax as much as possible, no matter what kind of position. Ashton's sitting up right now. Jason's sitting. You can lay. You can be in any kind of position you want to be in. Just the effectiveness is so much more impactful if you'll do it do your meditating in a place where you know you're not going to fall asleep. If you do fall asleep, no big deal. But that's not the goal here. The goal is to actually find that place of being instead of thinking. So relaxed as much as possible. I'll do a little bit of guidance on that. And then your awareness on the inside. And the last piece of advice is on the three big main ones for meditating. That is, practice as much as you can during this meditation. Practice stillness. Our bodies love to fidget and we love to move around. And I didn't really understand it at first. As soon as I really started practicing stillness and I tried to be perfectly still for an entire hour-long meditation one time, I was blown away at the experience I had in comparison to not allowing this not focusing on the stillness before. So not so much as a focus on the stillness, but just trying to actually just allow yourself to stay still, even when any kind of an agitation comes along. Allow yourself to just notice, let go, and keep on just trying to find the place between your thoughts. We're letting go of the thinking process tonight and just being and observing what it's like in our internal universe. Big old huge playground we have in there. awareness on the inside of you. Travel down to your shoulders and relax your shoulders as much as possible. Just let them melt. When I meditate like this, I like to actually take my awareness, and whenever I'm hanging out in an area, you can find out that everything's always constantly changing. You're right here in the present moment. Everything just constantly keeps on changing, but it's still always now. When I'm playing around with my awareness on the inside of me, I love to make it different sizes. I love to travel with it at different speeds. I love to practice taking it from one place inside of me to another place. Some people call it body scanning. Just taking your awareness and matching it to your breath in the beginning usually helps most people get started with that process. But I found that just by just keeping my awareness on the inside and taking it anywhere I want to go, like for example, right now, if you want to take your awareness to just your lips, just sense anything you sense there without labeling it. And as soon as you sense anything there, try not to stay fixed in a fixed place with your awareness, but to either allow it to be expanding or moving. But observe the rolling nature of your insides with your awareness. Just observing the concept of change and embracing that everything's just constantly in a constant state of change. Go ahead and play around with your awareness for a while, just moving from one place to another. You can go from top to bottom of your whole entire body, bottom up. You can go from your lips down to your fingers, down to your toes, to your left knee, to your right ear, to anywhere you want to. Just play around right now on your inside, moving your awareness from one thing to another without labeling anything, just sensing whatever you sense. The second you sense anything, keep your awareness moving. Let your whole body relax even more. When you take each new breath in, on the inhale, imagine you're breathing in the new. You're receiving everything new with every new inhale. Your body will just sit there and breathe on its own, but observe that each new inhale you're breathing in the new, and every exhale you're releasing the old. So receive the new, release the old. Receive the new, release the old. The longer you sit and do that, the more you realize every breath is different. Kind of like sitting on a beach and watching the tide ebb and flow. And it's ebbing and flowing, which is a constant, but every single time there's little differences everywhere. big, huge, deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your lungs all the way. Take a bigger breath than you normally do. Max it out, and then when you get to the top, hold that for 10 seconds. And when you release, remember you're releasing all the old, so any tensions at all, any tensions in your body, you're just letting them go. Sometimes when we're meditating and we're sitting up, our body starts to slouch. It's very natural. So whenever you are noticing that you are possibly slouched and you want to just reposition yourself, the recommendation is to do that very, very, very intentionally, very slowly, remembering that you're coming from a place of stillness, to intentionally just moving yourself very, very slowly. I like to start down at my where I'm sitting, where I'm touching, where I'm feeling like I'm touching either my meditation cushion or the ground. And I start down at the very bottom, and I work my way up my spine, just getting it back to just trying to be straight. And then when I get to the very top, allowing my head to do very, very slight circles so that I feel like it's just nice and balanced on top. So anytime you ever feel like you need to reposition yourself, just try to do it with extreme intentionality and slowness, and go right back to stillness as efficiently as you're able. shoulds or shouldn'ts. Just letting go of thinking, nowhere to be, just taking care of yourself, just observing your life's worth living. Just accepting everything as it is, so we can access actual control. Where all your decision-making power is, it's all right here in the now. We spend so much of our lives living in the past or in the future and suffering from our own self-induced depression or anxiety because we're skipping the now. But we learn how to enjoy this life and grant ourselves the life that we feel like we deserve as soon as we realize that it is always now. We just accept it. Now we're in a position of decision-making power. Limitless potential right here in the present moment, where all the best parts of life are. It's where we access joy. It's the presence portal. It's the doorway to love. This is how we heal ourselves. Learning how to just accept everything as it is, because we have wholeness on our insides. Right now, just allowing everything to keep rolling and moving. If you're having a hard time with thoughts continuing to race, don't beat yourself up about it. We're learning how to tame our inner critic. Letting go of all that. We're just observing right now. If any thoughts do come, just let them go as quickly as you're able to. There's all kinds of tips and tricks for how to do that, but I like just to imagine there's a blackboard in front of me and just have this little magic button I can just push and then just the whole thing goes blank. It gets erased. As often as you need to, just blanking out your mind again. There's nothing to think about right now. There's no right or wrong way to be doing this. You have an individual set of circumstances that are unique to you. And right now we're just learning how to access your true potential. What we really have. Be able to live your best life, the authentic you, the real you. You're the only one that's had your unique set of experiences in life. It means you're the only one that we could get that data from. So learning how to access that clarity allows you to then to more powerfully be able to articulate to the rest of us. And let your art shine, your light shine to the rest of us. So we can all benefit too. Try to relax your body, your whole body, even another layer deeper. Remember to let go of any tensions through your exhale. Any spots of discomfort, just let them go. Take your awareness somewhere else. Letting go, Take another big, nice, deep breath in. Fill up your lungs all the way. Do the same thing you did last time. Try to take an even bigger breath this time. Hold it for 10 seconds at the top. Just let go of all your troubles, all your tensions, all your tightness. When we train our bodies to get really present, we discover that suffering is completely an optional thing. Suffering itself is very optional. If you don't believe that yet, all you have to do is practice it long enough and believe it enough, and then that starts to become your reality. There are plenty of people that are on this earth right now who are not suffering, even though you would think that we're all having to suffer, still living in the dog-eat-dog world, but it's not how it is. Transfer yourself into a different state, into a different conscious state that allows you to become aware of the fact that all suffering is actually optional. In the present moment, you always get to decide how you're going to respond to anything. If we're going to be receptive to all that is around us, or if we're going to be resistant. So we're training ourselves right now how to learn how to vibrate receptive. Learning how to accept everything as it is. The true position of power. Limitless potentiality right here in the present moment. Think of this process of this skill that we're gaining here, learning how to become our own influencer. There's nothing external that can give you the feeling of success, not even close to the feeling of presence. When I feel present, I feel like I am the epitome of success to myself. No amount of anything external can help you tap into the joy. It's you deciding on the inside to just simply learn how to receive and then realize that you do have decision-making power in every present moment. You're always one decision away from everything. Continuing this meditation and just finding the place between our thoughts, now that we're nice and sensitive, I like to practice this sometimes where I will now, from this point, here I am in the present moment. It's still the present moment. I'm still accepting everything as it is. Okay. Let's ask ourselves, it's one of the most powerful questions that I know that we can ask ourselves. Let's empower ourselves right now. Let's be our own influencer and let's ask ourselves, hey, now what do I want my story to look like? I asked myself that question lots when I was learning how to meditate, and it was amazing how much clarity I was able to get. And I love to turn that question into more of a we question, because when we meditate like this, we find out that we're not just a me. We are a me, but we're also a we at the same time. So we're a me and a we. So now what do we want our story to look like? Collaboration takes us beyond the individuality feeling, the feeling of having to suffer what it's like to be an individual in this world that not everybody seems to see you fully. So rather than having to suffer through any of that, just emphasize to your mind what it is that would really make you feel like you just come alive. Lean into the new right now without any worries or expectations or shoulds or shouldn'ts. Just say, hey, what do I want my story to look like now? Who would I want to collaborate with? What would I want my day look like? What would the perfect day for me look like? What would the next perfect evening look like for me? What's the perfect morning look like? What's a perfect friendship? Who are my favorite people to be around? What could I do to help humanity the most? What unique gifts do I have? Tell yourself anything you want to tell yourself right now. You're highly programmable when you're really meditative like this. You're talking straight to, a lot of people call it your subconscious. You're talking right straight to yourself. You're talking to the higher version of yourself. You're talking to yourself right now. You're talking to the lower versions of yourself. You're just talking to all of yourself. When you say words, you're accessing true power. True strength all lies within. Everything external, you can think of it as false or limited empowerment. It's not really even empowerment. It's just feigned. It's fake. It's not real. The most power you have is right here in the present moment to decide whatever life you want. Visualize it. Let your emotions fill up inside of you. And match your emotions to what it's like to receive that visualization. And the more you can bring your emotion and that visualization into your reality, the more efficiently and effectively you bring that success story to yourself. You start being on that stage. This whole life experience is like being on a stage. You get to choose any role you want right now. You're not stuck to what your upbringing was. You're not stuck to anything. You're not stuck to any of your victim stories. We've all been victimized. We've all been treated like shit. We've all had a lack of dignity coming our way from the people that have looked at us. We've all wanted something more. Now you get to decide. Emotions are like a river to the present moment. Your emotions are a river to the feeling of success. That's my experience. Your emotions are your friend. Your emotions are your higher version of yourself trying to tell you something right now. And when you allow for that and you feel your emotions all the way, every single emotion, it comes and goes pretty quickly, usually within like 30 to 90 seconds. If you feel it all the way, let it ride like a wave. Let any emotions you feel match your visualization. Visualize what you want. Feel the emotion of what it's like to attain that, what it's like to already have it. Bring it to yourself. This is what some people call creating your reality spiritually before you bring it into the physical world. whatever you want to call it. This is your hot life. You get to live it however the hell you want. Something nice to yourself. Say anything you want to yourself. Just say something that you know would be something that you could use to hear. Say it to yourself. What do you wish? Thank you so much for joining us tonight for Surrender Lab Insight. This is the place between our thoughts where we get to choose any life we want from here on out, the beginning of the rest of our lives. It's always your birthday here in Surrender Lab. Happy birthday. Thank you, everybody. We love you so much, and we are grateful. Grateful. Yes. Welcome, buddy. Love you. How you feel?
I feel so good.
Another meditation.
Really, really nice.
All that. Yeah, nice and deep.